Hi, this is Mrs. Zimmer, and welcome to today's orientation on residential life at Pomfret School. Over the next couple of slides, I'm going to walk you through some information about residential life, including some of the basic rules, information about culture of the dorm, as well as some information about prefects. At the end, there will be opportunities for Zoom discussions for questions, as well as an FAQ sheet. So I hope you enjoy this presentation. What does it mean to live in a dorm? So for a lot of you, this is probably the first time you're living in the dorm, whereas for others of you, you spent time away from home, either at a junior boarding school or at camp. In any event, living in a dorm teaches you not only how to be independent, but also how to live with others. And that's a really unique balance of boarding school, and one that we're really excited for you to embark on. You should know that your dorm is really your home away from home. It's a place that's for comfort and connection, and really sort of your boarding school family. And this year, because of COVID-19, your dorm will serve as an extension of the classroom, as well as a space for weekend and evening activities. And although that might feel a little weird at first, I think it presents some really unique opportunities. So, if you are an underclassman, all students are housed by grade level. And so if you're an underclassman, so that means a freshman or a sophomore, you live in what's a house dorm. And you can see a bunch of the houses here. And they're a great space because you get to know your classmates really well. Take it from me, I live right here in Kniffen dorm. If you're an upperclassman or a junior or senior, you'll live in what we call the bricks. And the bricks are what you see when you come into campus, those long, beautiful ivy-covered brick dorms. And the girls live on one side and the boys live on the other side. Okay. So what I'm going to start about is talking with dorm culture, and this is really the most important aspect of living in a dorm. So in the beginning weeks of your time at Pomfret, you, your dorm mates, your prefects, and your dorm parents will work to establish dorm culture. As a member of a dorm community, it's important that you, as well as each member of your dorm, feel seen, heard, valued, and understood. We want you to feel like you belong in your dorm community and not that you're just trying to fit in. And that takes work. And the place that we'll start with that work is with prefects. Now, prefects are a unique position at Pomfret. And what they are is they are leaders in the dorms. They're integral to the process of establishing dorm culture. They've been chosen by the faculty to serve in these roles, which means that they are either in their junior or senior year, and typically we place 3 to 4 of them in this role in each dorm. And they work alongside the dorm parents to establish sort of the norms and expectations of the dorm. Prefects serve as junior faculty members, meaning they really not only encourage you to come together as a group, but also they will hold you accountable at times for rules and expectations. They're facilitators of dorm programming and meetings, so that means any activities or events that we do, they usually start with the prefects. They're also trusted confidants and ears on the hall. So what does that mean? That means that if you're homesick or you're having a tough day, your prefects are great resources for those moments and for answering any questions or concerns you might have. All of these prefects this year are excited to lead you, and I'm excited to see them work with you this year. So once everyone's arrived on campus in September, and I know it feels a little different because we're staggering that entry, you will meet as a dorm multiple times to establish your unique culture. And these meetings will take all different forms, from meeting in Zooms to meeting in person outside. We're going to really work within what we can do with this COVID-19 situation. But some topics you can expect to address in these meetings are creating fun events and activities to do as a dorm, establishing living standards. So what do we need to do to keep that space clean? What do we need to do to make that space feel like we belong? Discussing approaches to conflict and conflict resolution. It's tough sometimes to live with roommates. And so you should expect to have to learn how to work with somebody new in these new spaces. Developing a relationship with your roommate, there will be lots of activities as well as creating roommate contracts to support this. And engaging in regular dorm meeting related to health and wellness and diversity and equity. And these will happen almost weekly, some sort of meeting, some sort of place where we can extend the learning that's happened in Quest or in the classroom or in other spaces on campus into the dorm. So although you'll establish many norms and expectations as a dorm group, there are a few rules that as a community are sort of really important to our residential life program. So the big ones are check-in. So for everybody, underclassmen, upperclassmen, everyone will check in at 8 p.m. every night to their dorms. And when they check in at 8 p.m., that means that you will go see the adult on duty and then spend the rest of the evening in your dorm or your hall. You will not go to another dorm or visit any other spaces. And it may also mean at the beginning for a lot of us that we're in our rooms as well, especially until we get through sort of that first round of testing, because those are the only spaces initially that we can be without our masks. Once we get through our first round of testing, then we'll be able to loosen up a little bit and allow sort of more movement within each dorm. So as an upperclassman, each night from 8 to 9:30 p.m., you'll have something called quiet hours. And that is a time when you have to be in your room doing work or some other quiet activity. So it could mean that you've gotten all your homework done and you'd prefer to hang out and watch a Netflix film, and that's okay. It just has to be quiet and in your room. And you're expected to be in your room done with bathroom trips, everything by 11 p.m. each night. And that's going to be really important this year because one of the best ways to stay healthy is for you to get good sleep. And so we're going to enforce that pretty heavily. As an underclassman, each night from 8 to 9:30 p.m., you will have study hall. And study hall is that time to do your homework, to really give each class the time it needs to complete your work to the best of your ability. And so that means that you will turn your cell phone in during this time. There are cell phone holders in the common rooms, and every night you will be expected to turn yours in. Third formers will then have lights out at 10:30 p.m. And at that time, you also will turn your phone back in at 10:30 p.m. This is so that you get a good night's sleep. You will get your phone back in the morning, but to start, you will lose your phones at night so that we can encourage good sleeping habits. For fourth formers, you will be in your rooms at 10:30 p.m., but your lights out at 11 p.m. And so as much as that may feel really strict for all grades, it's really important that this year we focus on good sleep habits so that we can stay healthy and stay engaged in our classes and in our activities. Another big rule that we're going to enforce this year is the dorm cleanliness. It's not just for your own health, it's for the health of others. So rooms will be checked twice a week. And cleaning your room really means taking out your own trash, making your bed, picking up clothing or gear on the floor, vacuuming your room at least once a week, wiping down all surfaces, and nothing that could cause a fire hazard. These are important things because those spaces, if you keep them clean, we cut down on germs. And that's huge this year. The more we can keep our spaces clean and practice good COVID-19 practices, the more we can have a healthy and positive school year. A few other things, and a lot of this is included in the packing list, but no items that can be deemed a fire hazard or impede space should be brought to school. You shouldn't expect to be bringing big furniture or items that could really block up your rooms. The more space we can have, the better. You can decorate your walls with pictures and posters. You are allowed a fridge, a 32-inch screen, and storage items to keep under your bed. But like I said, no large furniture, no chairs, no couches. You have each room equipped with a twin bed, a dresser, a closet or an armoire, as well as a desk and a chair. And those items are really the only major furniture items we should see in the room. And for further information about what to bring and not to bring, please review the packing list, which is linked right here. A few more rules. Each dorm has a common space, so everybody has a space that they can gather as a class. And this year, only members of that dorm or that hall can congregate in those spaces, which means that in past years, you might have been able to invite a friend over there, but this year, it's only those people who live in your dorm. So it's really imperative that you keep that space clean and that you take care of it. Initially, one will be expected to wear a mask in these spaces, but as we get more testing back and we feel more confident about the overall health of our community, we'll be able to use that as a gathering place. The spaces are equipped with a fridge, microwave, TV, and lounge furniture. And they'll serve as a central hub for dorm activities and events throughout the year. It's going to be a great space to get together as a dorm. So, questions, concerns, hoping to learn more or things weren't answered, feel free to click on the FAQ here or go to the Griffin Guide and look at page 50 where it starts to talk about residential life. Alternatively, on August 28th, please sign into one of our Zoom discussions and you get to meet me in person, either at 4 p.m. or 8 p.m. and I will do my best to answer any and all of your questions. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you new students this year, and I can't wait to see how the year goes. Thanks for watching.